We have breaking news now from Delaware. President Biden's attorneys have put out a statement saying no documents with classified markings were found during the FBI search at the president's Rehoboth Beach house. Let's bring in NBC Chief White House Correspondent Kristen Welker. Is this an indication, Kristen, that they are going to respond in real time on some of these issues after being slow to publicly report things up until now?
It certainly could be an indication of that, Andrea. That's not yet entirely clear, but what we do know is that the White House has come under a lot of scrutiny and, frankly, bipartisan criticism for not being more forthcoming about some of these developments as it relates to the president's handling of classified documents. For example, we learned earlier this week that his think tank here in Washington was searched in mid-November, and that was a story that broke in the news media instead of being divulged by the White House. Let me read you this latest statement from Bob Bauer, who is the president's personal attorney, about this latest search, which we did learn about in real time. He says the DOJ's planned search of the president's Rehoboth residences, conducted in coordination and cooperation with the president's attorneys, has concluded. The search was conducted from 8:30 a.m. to noon. No documents with classified markings were found. Consistent with the process in Wilmington, the DOJ took for further review some materials and handwritten notes that appear to relate to his time as vice president. So that is the update about this latest search. Again, we noted his think tank was searched here in Washington, as well as his Wilmington home, where FBI agents did discover some classified documents. Now, that is the legal matter. And of course, there's a special counsel investigation that is underway. Politically speaking, and the White House has tried to make a real distinction between President Biden's handling of classified documents and former President Trump, who did not turn over classified documents willfully. And so his Mar-a-Lago estate was searched under a subpoena. Politically speaking, though, Andrea, our latest polling shows that the American public gives them both low marks for their handling of this matter. So politically speaking, it's really a wash. All of that is the backdrop as the president gets ready to sit down to meet face to face with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. They're going to address the debt limit. And of course, his State of the Union address is looming for next week, Andrea. So a lot going on here. And briefly, Kristen, they also acknowledged that the FBI did take some other notes and papers of the former vice president's tenure, as they did in his Wilmington home as well, for further study. That's absolutely right. And I think what is not clear, and I'll just read that part of the statement again, where Bob Bauer says the DOJ took for further review some materials and handwritten notes that appear to relate to his time as vice president. We know that some of the other documents that have been taken from the other two locations that were searched were notebooks as well that appear to relate to his time as serving as vice president. It was not clear exactly what the FBI was searching for in this latest search, whether they had specific materials in mind or if they were just going in to make sure that they were dotting every I and crossing every T. But again, the big headline here is that, according to Bob Bauer, there were no classified documents that were recovered in this latest search, Andrea.